Hello and welcome back. This is part 2 of our Fun with Recording video series, and you might recall from part 1 that we were doing this. I wrote a song called Noodle 99 and it looked like this and it sounded like this. Okay, so it's only a short thing, but I'm just giving you the fundamentals of how to use the multi-track recording here. Now we're going to start getting into some really fun stuff by adding on top of the drums and the piano and the bass that I'd already done. We're now going to put on some extra sounds that really sort of give it a professional boost and make it sound really rich. So what we're going to do is go to track number 3 now, but first of all I'm going to choose the voice that I want to put in here, and what I'm going to do is utilize the arpeggiator on these keyboards. And if you don't know what that is, essentially it's a thing that sounds a little bit like this. So what I'm doing is I'm just holding down a chord and the keyboard is basically going through those notes in various different orders. But it's a really nice thing to add to a song like this because it fills it out and it gives it quite a modern feel and just boosts the whole overall sound. So Pearly Gates is the one I found there, and I think that's quite a nice one to have in there. And I've got the arpeggiator on here. Many of these synth voices will actually have a pre-programmed arpeggiator, but you can actually get in there and fiddle about with it and change it to whatever pattern you like. It's really cool. So we're on to track 3. So remembering that it's right number 1 that I want it to record. So pressing the picture in the middle, going to right number 1 and pressing OK. Now it's ready to record. Again, remembering we've got that 4-beat intro. So I'm going to press start, we'll hear the 4 beats, and then I'm just going to hold the chords with my right hand. I might put an extra note in just so the arpeggiator's got some notes to go through. Press stop, and that stops the recording. Now you might have noticed, if the keen-eared among you, that my timing was quite out there. There was definitely some notes coming in there that weren't in time with the music, and that is why that quantize button is so useful, because it's going to change it from this Okay, that first section wasn't too bad, but I know the second section things started getting a bit messy. So here we go, press quantize, track number 3, that's the one I want to quantize, press execute, and that's done it really quickly. And let's have a listen to it, how it's fixed it and how it sounds now. So you can hear it makes such a difference. It really pulls everything together and puts it in time. Okay, so we've got piano, we've got bass, we've got drums, we've got that first synthesizer playing an arpeggio. I think what we need is a nice synth pad to just fill it all out. And I'm going to turn the arpeggiator off now, then go into the choir and pad section and choose something that sounds nice and buttery and soft. SX920's got a massive selection of synth pads in here, and you can spend ages just fiddling through and experimenting with a different sound. There you go, I quite like that one. So glassy hook, 80s glassy hook, we'll use that. So I press exit. Remembering it's track number 4 I want to record, go to the picture in the middle, press right number 1 and then OK. Then I'm going to press the start recording button so I hear those 4 beats of intro. And press stop at the end. So we've now got the pad in there as well, and that's really filling out the sound. And what I'm going to do is quantize that as well. Even though it's quite the pad is quite a loose sound and it spills over the timing a little, I'm still going to quantize it because it will just make it sound that little bit tighter and a little bit more pro. So just a reminder again, quantize, select the track you want, press execute, and that will have done it. Now, what's starting to happen now as my layers, my tracks build up, is the volumes are all they're all at the same level at the moment, and they're spilling over each other a little bit. And if you were in a recording studio, your producer would start saying, right, I need to mix these levels somewhat. The bass is too loud against the piano, so I want to bring it down. And the synth is too loud or too quiet, so I want to bring it up. So how do we mix the levels in this song? That's what I'm going to show you now. So first of all, Noodle 99 here has not yet been saved. So my advice would be save your recording at this point, remembering that the beauty of using MIDI recording is that you can always go back into it and change things with it. Even if it's saved, you can go back in, revoice it, change the instruments used, etc., anytime you want to. So I'm going to save. Noodle 99 is selected. Press save here at the top right, and then I don't need to change the name, so I just press OK, and it gives me a reminder saying, "Are you sure you want to overwrite it?" Yes, I do. So I can now exit out, and incidentally, it will always warn you. If you were to exit out without saving a change, it would warn you and remind you, do you want to save this? Okay, so how do I mix these levels? I've got the song selected just here, Noodle 99, in the MIDI song recorder. At this point, if I press the mixer EQ button, it brings up this screen here. Along the top is song, and song is where I can see all of my tracks here, 1 all the way to 16, remembering that we've got piano, bass, synth. It's quite useful that the illustrations will change depending on the instrument that you choose. So let's just have a quick listen to the song, and I'm controlling it now through the song section up the top right, the physical buttons. It's loaded in here, and when I press play, you'll see these light up. Okay, and just like a real recording studio, you've now got the sliders here where you can affect the volume. I'm going to do it live while it's playing, and just listen for yourself how the volumes change. Let's go back to the start. Okay, so this is where you can bring out your inner George Martin and just get in here and play with all the dials and switches and the sliders and get it sounding just how you like it. It's kind of fun to do, actually. Incidentally, I think, yeah, this is quite a useful thing to know, that you can change these, and if you're a bit pedantic like I am, you might think, oh, I've changed it, but I want to put it back exactly how it was. If you select the track and then press these two buttons, the plus and the minus, the deck and the ink together, it jumps back to its original setting. There we go. So you can always put it back to how it was if you make any changes. Now, The other really nice thing you can do within the mixer just here is it's not just changing the volumes, you can also use the panning section. So you've got a stereo speaker set up on your keyboard, speakers on left and right, and it's quite cool to be able to pan it because it gives you a really different effect. You might not be able to appreciate it so much watching this video, but because you may only be listening through one speaker. But with two speakers on your keyboards, if you go to the top here, and I'm going to play it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pan one of the synths all the way to the right and the other one all the way to the left. And it's going to give me this stereo effect as it's going along. Incidentally, this button here takes the track back to the beginning, and I keep forgetting to press it, but that's the one that does it. Then press play. Okay, so we've now got, I mixed the levels, the volume levels slightly there as well, and I've panned the synthesizers one side and the other, and it's giving me a really full sound. But here's a little trick for you that you can use in the multi-track recording where you can effectively double up the layers, and what that allows you to do is actually duplicate the layers. So I could take this synth here and duplicate it, but pan it all the way the other side, and that just increases the overall sound. It's quite a nice way of doing it. So what I'm going to do is first of all come out of here and just save that song again, so no changes will go away. And then I'm going to go back into multi-recording, and the song is loaded up here, Noodle 99, and what I'm going to do is take that synthesizer on track number 3, the one that sounds like this, and incidentally here's another quite a nifty trick. If you hold down number 3 at the top, that'll go purple, and that will isolate the track. And if I press number 3, they all come back in. So it's track number 3, I'm going to duplicate and put into track number 5, but you have to do it within the multi-recorder. And you go down to the bottom and you press copy, and it asks you for the source, number 3, and the destination, number 5. So I'm copying this one to here, press execute. It takes a second to do, so it's duplicated to there. But the other thing I'm going to do while I'm in here is duplicate number 4 and put it into number 6, because I'm going to do the same thing. So I've gone to source, selected the track, destination, selected where I want it to go, press execute. Now it's completed. So I save again, and you get used to flicking through those menus. Go back to the mixer, and now these tracks are those ones duplicated. 1, 2, 1, 2, just here. So this one, I'm going to pan all the way to the right, the opposite of its duplicate here, and this one I'm going to go all the way to the left. And this gives me, and just sort of get the actual volumes within the region of matching each other there. This gives me a really full sound with those synthesizers. Okay, so that's how we get into the mixer, change the volumes, do with panning as well on there, and play about with all of these various different settings. So join us in part 3, where we're going to go into extra things like how to take out little mistakes that you've made, how to revoice the instruments, because as I said before, that Noodle 99 here is actually going to be an ongoing process. I can go back into it at any time, redo any parts that I want to do, add as many as I like, and eventually we can get into something called a bounce down, where I can get all the tracks I've done and bounce them all into one single track, and then add even more. So theoretically, you're unlimited with the amount of layers that you can put in there. And then we're going to get into how to actually transfer that to audio recording, which is useful if you want to take it off and play it on a different device, or put it on Spotify or online, or whatever it is you want to do with it. I hope that was useful. Put your questions in the comment section below. Do us a favour and press the thumbs up below the video. It helps an independent store like ours get seen on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.